Did you know that your generosity is one of the biggest tools when it comes to evangelism? It's one thing to talk about a God who left everything to come into a lost world and to share the message of love, but he didn't just speak the message of love, he became the sacrifice. We got to see the act of a generous God. John 3:16, right? For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Generosity is an instrument that God wants us to use to expand the message of the gospel. The apostle Paul, he writes in 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 11, he says, "You will be enriched in every way to be generous in every way, which through us will produce thanksgiving to God." I want you to notice the cycle over here. It says that God enriches us so that we can be generous. And our generosity will produce thanksgiving to God, and our giving becomes a testimony that points every single person back to Him. Here's something we're going to do as we start the day. On your phone, on a piece of paper, on a post-it note, I want us to write down at least 3 things God has been generous to us with. 3 areas in our life, 3 attitudes, 3 physical things that you can tangibly touch, 3 things that where we see God's generosity towards us. And then we're going to pray and ask the Lord to help us bring others to this realization of experiencing God's generosity through us. If that means we got to spend money, we got to spend time, we got to use our words, let's go ahead and do that. Let's use this fantastic tool of generosity that God has given us to talk about a generous God who loves us with an unconditional love. God bless you.